we all know that MBA from Guanghua School of Management, Peking University is really well known. And everyone maybe goes, wow, when they first heard about that you are studying here. Anro, you're from South Africa. So did you first choose to go to the top Chinese business school just because of its big reputation?
Of course. I mean, Peking University is one of the best schools in China and in Asia and in the world.
Yeah.
So yes, that's obviously one part of it. I would say that one of the reasons that I really wanted to go was I do cross-border trade, agricultural trade between China and South Africa, Africa as well.
Yeah.
And what I've learned in China through my years being here is that I really need to learn more about the local market and what's going on here. And things change so rapidly here in China. So that's hence why I wanted to go to the business school, get a bit more knowledge. I think there's a lot to learn for us in Africa and also across the world about economic growth, how to bring hundreds of millions of people, which you did, out of poverty. And then also what's going to happen in the next 5 to 10 years in terms of growth. Where's your growth going to come from? From consumption, from services. So these are all topics that I was interested in.
I know before you joined Guanghua, you studied economic and risk management. For your bachelor's degree when you were just a full-time student.
Right.
Yeah. And now you're back in school for your MBA just after several years of working experience.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm really curious, did your learning goal is a little bit different?
Yeah, I think it's vastly different. When you're doing an undergrad, usually what you're doing is learning frameworks, concepts, right? You're building you have the pieces of the puzzle, but you don't really know what the puzzle is like. You don't know what the picture looks like. Where if you have some experience and then you go into your MBA, actually you've already sort of built this puzzle a little bit, and now I know which pieces I'm looking for to fill my puzzle.
I've seen some posts online.
Right.
I can feel you really enjoy that here.
Right, I love it, yeah.
So I'm really curious, are there any unique experience you think you can only get at Guanghua instead of other overseas business schools?
Right, that's a good question actually. For me, I think one of the things that was very interesting was a business immersion we had to Shenzhen. We visited a lot of the big companies that are in Shenzhen. I mean, I don't need to name them, but you all know. Another one would be in classes. We have sometimes very small classes, elective classes, and you have startup founders, people, CEOs of big firms as well that come and talk to you face to face. You can ask them questions and you learn a lot. I think the last one was a mentorship program. We have a mentorship program in Guanghua where you can choose a mentor and they choose you back. And I got chosen by one of them. And my mentor has been really good to me. Also in sales and development, which I'm in. And I've learned so much from him and also the people in my group.
It's really impressive because you're studying your MBA with a full Chinese government scholarship.
Right.
Yeah, this is really impressive. And when it comes to classes, research, and just like resource support and daily living, what policies for international applications like you in here, Beijing, have actually made your life much more easier?
I would say the government scholarship itself is just such a great thing. It pays tuition and accommodation and also gives you a small stipend. So that really helps with, you can just focus on your studies. You don't need to worry about anything else. So I think that was amazing. To the global village where we live, we have some very nice facilities. There's a gym, there's a squash court, there's even a Tenpin bowling area. Also, I play some football. I played a little bit of basketball, which I'm not very good at, to be honest. But I played, and it was a lot of fun. I joined a football team, which was called the Pirates. It was just a group of international students that just played random games against different schools, and it was quite amazing, just to make friends from all over the world. I mean, many of these teams and many of these classes I go to, it's so multicultural. Really, really multicultural.
I know one requirement to get into the Guanghua MBA's program is having work experience. And I know you used to work in the agricultural trade between China and South Africa. Just happening to bring more South Africa's farm goods into China's market. So what if you come back to that time your work later? What new areas would you focus on? And do you think you will have more fresh perspectives because you have studied in Guanghua for a period of time?
Right. Yeah, I think agriculture between South Africa specifically and China is a growing business. In South Africa now, the agriculture sector is one of the strongest sectors within our economy. It's pretty much thanks to the private sector and the public sector that are working well together at the moment. So in the future, I think you'll see a lot of South African products coming here. At the moment, we're doing macadamias, pecan nuts, You also have a lot of citrus. South Africa's become the biggest exporter in the world of citrus. So those things are all great opportunities. I think other things that are good opportunities, not just from South Africa, but also Africa, now that there's free trade agreement between most countries, between South Africa, between China and Africa. You have coffee as another opportunity which we're looking at.
Because we always think trade between China and South Africa is a big topic, but actually every deal you had before is a small part of it.
Right.
Yeah. So you will graduate next year. So
Right.
in the future, would you plan to live and work in China, or just launch your own business to further promote your own career?
Right. I think I will stay in China for sure, 100%. I really like Beijing. I love it. I've been here for a few years already.
Yeah.
Beijing has this sort of, it's the perfect combination of academics, top world talent in multinational companies, and also politics, geopolitics. So you have the opportunity to build a wide network, which I've done already here, thanks to the university as well. But staying in Beijing, I think for sure in the next few years, but I also travel a lot. That's just the nature of my business. So I'll be moving probably between Hangzhou. I mean, all these areas where I'll go is agricultural clusters, right? So maybe Shenzhen as well. There's quite a few opportunities there. Chengdu was also very nice.
Do you enjoy some food, just like hot pot?
I do enjoy it, yes, but I cannot eat spicy food, to be honest.
Yeah,
I can try though.
Beijing is good for you because Beijing food is not very spicy.
Yeah, I like Beijing food. I also like Dongbei a lot. I love Dalian. I think it's a beautiful city, especially this time of year.
And I think an MBA is not just to mean a great degree, because it creates more chances for people who want to make connections with China.
Right.
And you will graduate next year. In recent years, time capsule is really popular, and people write letters to themselves and open it later.
Right.
So let's treat this interview like a review time capsule.
Okay.
So what message do you want to write to yourself at the graduation next year?
I would say life is full of commas, not periods, meaning that life is continuously ongoing. Like for myself, or if I had to speak to myself next year, I would say you came to China, you learned Chinese, then on that you built some business experience, you went to business school, and then after that you now have momentum, but you cannot mistake momentum for arrival. So focus on the journey and not the destination.